October always has a certain feel to it. Some consider it the unofficial start of autumn. The leaves start changing and the weather starts to get a little cooler. But for others, it's the start of a different season. The season all things Halloween. Welcome to Cinema Pills. And for this video, we'll be giving you 10 of our favorite Halloween movies. In this list, we aren't simply going to be giving you horror movies or thrillers. This video will cover movies where Halloween is the central theme, or the movie has an extremely Halloweenie feel to it. Also, we recognize that there are way more movies out there that can't be fit into the span of our video, so stay tuned. Maybe we'll need a part 2 next Halloween season. Warning, possible spoilers for some of these movies. Number 10, The Blair Witch Project. Yes, Halloween is definitely the season for witches to run amok, which is why we felt compelled to highlight one of the most terrifying witches in Maryland, the Blair Witch. Released in 1999, this movie was a pioneer in the recovered footage genre of thriller. We are thrown into a story where a group of film students shoot a documentary about a local legend from Maryland called the Blair Witch.
Just want to apologize to Mike's mom and Josh's mom and my mom.
Tell me where you are, Josh!
Locals tell them of a man named Rustin Parr, a hermit who lived in the woods and kidnapped several children in the 1940s, supposedly killing them all on orders of the witch. The students then go into the woods where the real horror begins. But the scariest part of the movie isn't about what you see, it's about what you don't see. Shot as if it were a documentary film and then marketed as if the footage of the unfortunate sounds were found, it paved the way for other successful movies like Paranormal Activity and Cloverfield. If you're ready to spend some time with a witch, we recommend checking this favorite out. Number 9, Edward Scissorhands. You can be certain that nearly every Halloween season you will experience something that reminds you of Tim Burton. Let's face it, this amazing director's mind is pretty much Halloween Town, but we will get to that a little later. For now, let's check out Edward Scissorhands.
Hold me.
I can't.
Such a unique and imaginative movie, this was the first of many movies where Tim Burton would team up with Johnny Depp. Edward Scissorhands, played by Depp, was an artificial man that was incompletely constructed and left with scissors for hands. He lived a very solitary life. However, after meeting a local suburbanite woman, played by Winona Ryder, he struggles to find normalcy in a very different society. Along with his frequent collaborations with Johnny Depp, Burton is able to achieve a much more gothic by way of utilizing his composer, Danny Elfman. This was the 4th film that they partnered on, and there would be many others to come, including Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and Alice in Wonderland. So for those of you who love a dark, yet fun-loving film, check out Edward Scissorhands. Number 8, Beetlejuice. Don't worry, you haven't seen the last of Tim Burton or Danny Elfman, not by a long shot. But who better to turn to if you've ever wondered what it's like to be a ghost? When a loving couple, the Maitlands, dies in a car accident, they find their spirits stuck in the living world. To be more specific, they're stuck in the house they used to live in and they can't leave. When an unbearable family moves in along with their teen daughter, Lydia, the Maitlands try unsuccessfully to scare them away.
You don't want his help.
Can you be scary?
What do you think of this?
Their efforts soon attract a rambunctious spirit known as Beetlejuice. Along with trying to scare the family away, he has an agenda of his own, which is to leave the spirit world and live again. He can only do this by marrying the teen daughter Lydia. Full of spooky fun and dark humor, Michael Keaton delivers on his ability to shock while leaving a smile on your face. Let's not forget, the mind of Tim Burton is ever present. So there will always be that sense that something is a little off. If you know anything about Beetlejuice, then you know it's not a good idea to say Beetlejuice 3 times. Otherwise, I almost messed up there. Number 7, Sleepy Hollow. Yes, this is the 3rd time in a row where we've turned to Tim Burton, and once again, Johnny Depp fills the role of the main character, Ichabod Crane, detective who has been sent to investigate a string of decapitations in the town of Sleepy Hollow.
I am Constable Ichabod Crane, sent from New York to investigate murder in Sleepy Hollow.
But be prepared, this entry isn't nearly as fun-loving as the last 2. Filled with mystery and violence, we find ourselves in rural New York, where locals claim a headless horseman roams the forest and severs the heads of random victims. Ichabod Crane, played by Depp, becomes close with the daughter of the town's mayor, played by Christina Ricci, and they investigate the mysterious deaths. It is immediately clear that the local legends of a headless horseman are real. However, the murders are far from random. This is where we see the R-rated version of Tim Burton, displaying the realistic blood and gore that one would expect from a sword-wielding, head-chopping Haitian soldier. But when watched, this movie has a certain dark beauty to it, ever so cold and mysterious. Number 6, Ernest Scared Stupid. We don't care who you are. If you didn't enjoy at least one of the Ernest movies as a child, then we mourn your childhood. In a long line of family comedies, Ernest Scared Stupid, starring the late Jim Varney, finds his character Ernest P. Worrell facing off against an evil troll who turns children into trolls. This is one of the movies on this list that is specifically done with Halloween as the central theme. But that is common with this film's franchise, as Ernest finds himself in many crazy scenarios, from going to jail to saving Christmas. Before his death in 2000, his 12 Ernest movies spanned from 1987 to 1998. If you are ready for a lighthearted family comedy, we recommend watching the fun that can only happen from Ernest P. Worrell. Number 5, Scream. Wes Craven is no stranger to the horror genre, directing movies such as Nightmare on Elm Street, The Hills Have Eyes, and Freddy vs. Jason. Here we see him directing one of the most iconic slasher movies, Scream.
Some scary movie.
You like scary movies?
Uh-huh.
You never told me your name.
Why do you want to know my name?
I want to know who I'm looking at.
Released in 1996, it boasted big-name actors such as Courtney Cox, Drew Barrymore, David Arquette, and Neve Campbell. A year after her mother's death, Sidney Prescott, played by Campbell, and her friends start getting some strange phone calls. They later learned the calls were coming from a crazed serial killer who donned a white face mask and a large black robe. Although his phone calls usually consisted of a series of different questions, there was always one main question. What's your favorite scary movie? This movie sparked a new generation of slasher lovers and set the stage for other memorable slashers such as I Know What You Did Last Summer and Cabin in the Woods. It even spawned the popular Scary Movies comedy films. This is a great movie for those who get chills when they find themselves alone in their dark houses and hear a weird noise coming from another room. Yeah, we all know that's probably nothing, but the next time you go to investigate the strange noise, just ask yourself one question. What's your favorite scary movie? Number 4, Hocus Pocus. Ready for more witchcraft? Unlike our first witch movie, there won't be any deaths with this one. Hocus Pocus was another Halloween classic from 1993 starring Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Kathy Najimy as 3 resurrected witches who were hanged during the Salem witch trials. Now they have until sunrise to achieve immortal life, but who do they focus their evil on? Well, it's Halloween after all, so why not trick-or-treaters?
You stay for supper.
I'm not hungry.
But we are.
The whole family will love this movie as they follow the adventures of some teenagers and a 300-year-old cat. Don't ask, as they try to escape the witches and save the children of their small town. It is packed full of all kind of laughter and adventures that you would want from a family Halloween movie. Number 3, The Addams Family. How in the world could you have Halloween without the Addams Family?
You'll meet someone very special. Someone who won't press charges.
They are the physical representation of the holiday. This family has it all: a Frankenstein butler, a witch mother, a hand that runs around, a house that is practically alive, and children that entertain themselves by finding new ways to die. Starring Angelica Houston, Raul Julia, and a child star Christina Ricci, this film was beloved by people of all ages. Sadly, shortly after he shot this movie, Raul Julia passed away from cancer. It was an incredibly hard hit for many as he was an icon in Hollywood. Director Barry Sonnenfeld knew that the part of Gomez Addams was made for Julia. Julia himself, along with the public, agreed. Now, many, including us, see this film as an homage to a great and beloved actor. Quirky and funny, this movie will not disappoint at all. Meet the Addams and see their hilarious, morbid way of life. You even get to meet their extended family and witness Lloyd and Julia do the best dance ever, the mamushka. Number 2, Nightmare Before Christmas. Once again, from the imagination of Tim Burton, with the music of Danny Elfman.
What's this? What's this? There's color everywhere. What's this? There's white things in the air.
We have a truly unique film that is equal parts Christmas and Halloween. It is a stunning claymation film that shows a number of worlds that are focused around different holidays such as Christmas, Easter, Halloween, and so on. In Halloween Town, Jack Skellington, the Pumpkin King, discovers a path to Christmas Town and realizes the joys of the holiday spirit. In trying to share the joy of Christmas to Halloween, Jack realizes through making a mess of Christmas that he can't shake his Halloween roots. Bats, spiders, and shrunken heads are where his heart truly lies. What is life worth if it isn't spent with the dead and grotesque? This film is considered to be one of Tim Burton's best films. It has become a classic, not only at Halloween, but Christmas as well. Whatever you do, don't miss this one. Before we get to our last entry, remember that we are constantly making new videos and creating content for you, our viewers. Please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and smash that notification bell so that you can come back for our next list. Now, on to number 1. Number 1, Halloween. Now you know it wouldn't be Halloween without watching the actual Halloween, right? Having multiple sequels and even a modern remake, the 1978 movie was the standard for every Killer on the Loose movie to come. Written and directed by John Carpenter and starring Jamie Lee Curtis, we find ourselves in Haydenfield, Illinois, 15 years after the murder of his teen sister, Judith Myers. The murderer, Michael Myers, was institutionalized after the killing, but escaped the night before Halloween to return to Haydenfield, where he could continue his killing spree. Myers, although mentally unstable, is a prolific killer and has no intention of stopping. It is up to Dr. Loomis Myers, former psychologist, to help track him down and stop him before it's too late for the residents of the town. Buckle up for this one, you're in for a wild ride. So what are your favorite Halloween movies? Should we do a part 2 next year? Leave your comments down below, we would love to hear from you. Don't forget to hit that notification bell and follow along for our newest videos. Happy Halloween!